I originally never wanted to make this video because it felt like I would just be chasing the newest trend like some crazed paparazzi man sitting in a famous person's bushes to get that new juicy story for those magazines that nobody even reads. But after seeing everything that's came out about this horrible tragedy, I really just wanted to get my thoughts out there for anyone who wants to listen. I'm sure most of you have heard already what happened at the Travis Scott Astroworld concert, which happened yesterday as of me recording this video, but 8 people have died and there are countless other injuries from the insanely unsafe conditions created at this concert, which were ultimately a result of Travis Scott himself. He was encouraging fans basically to go crazy and go bananas when all 50,000 of them were so packed in there like sardines in this mosh pit of insanity. I don't know how he thought that was a good idea in the first place. And there are so many sad videos from this horrible concert, and I'm obviously not going to show any of them due to the disturbing nature, but the worst video I saw from this concert was they were carrying out this guy's lifeless body, legitimately crowd surfing him over to get medical help. And Travis Scott is up on the stage performing while this is happening, and the video shows him looking at this guy. He sees what's going on. He sees this guy's limp corpse being carried out. He's not in good shape at all. And what does Travis Scott do? Stop the concert and get help? No. Why would he do that? He keeps performing, goes back to dancing around and singing like he just got a kill in Fortnite. Now he's got to emote, take the L on the person he just killed. And another super sad video I saw was these fans came up on the stage to try to get the attention of the cameraman and the crew because someone in the crowd that they knew or someone they saw in the crowd was very hurt and they said they needed help. But the cameraman and the crew just sat there and looked at him like they didn't speak English or something, and they basically brushed him off and said, "Go ask somebody who cares," because I obviously don't. And I just saw this video here I wanted to add in. It's people entering into the Astroworld event, which this looks like they're trying to recreate the storming of Normandy, like they're the soldiers entering in on the beach or something. This is absolutely insane. It looks like there's nothing resembling security anywhere at this concert. It just makes me mad that everything that happened was so preventable. Travis Scott is the main one to blame in my eyes. He was the only one in direct contact with the crowd and had the ability to stop everything and create order in the crowd and make it to where those that were being trampled and smothered would stop being trampled and smothered. He could have stopped everything, froze everything right there, cut the music, cut everything, made everyone stop moving, got the people that needed help the help they needed, and then created some kind of system to where people wouldn't continue to be hurt. But every person that died at that concert died in the absolute worst way imaginable. And on top of that, they had Travis Scott singing and emoting on them as they get sent into the afterlife. Imagine being in the process of dying, and the last thing you hear and see is Travis Scott going, "I get those goosebumps every time," yeah, while he's up there shimmying or something, and that's how you get sent into the afterlife. That is horrible. I just don't know how anyone could defend Travis Scott in this situation. He clearly doesn't care about creating a safe concert environment because this isn't even the first time something like this has happened at one of his events. In 2015, he was telling fans to storm past the barriers and telling security, "Let them on through, let them through," which led to him ultimately being arrested for disorderly conduct charges. And then at an event in 2017, he was encouraging fans to jump over a balcony, which led to a fan being paralyzed, which that is just horrible. That's awful. And he just inspires pure chaos at all of his events, it seems, which obviously is very unsafe. And at his most recent one, there were even people on top of the ambulance that was going to help people while it was trying to pick up people and help them and everything. You had 2 people on top of the ambulance just dancing around, acting like complete imbeciles, all because Travis Scott was encouraging this type of environment. Travis Scott is absolutely at fault here, and he should be held accountable, along with his entire crew. There's also another example of Travis Scott being an awful person from one of his concerts when he goes to do a crowd surf and a kid allegedly takes one of his shoes, to which Travis Scott stops the entire show, yells at the kid, and tells everyone, "Get him!" which makes people start attacking the kid because he said that kid took his shoe. And then when security is taking the kid away, taking him out of the concert because Travis tells him, "Get this kid out of here," Travis Scott spits on the kid. So that just shows you Travis's priorities right there. If you steal his shoe, he'll stop the show. But if you freaking die, good luck, you're on your own. At this most recent event, someone should have just got a shoe, wrote Travis Scott on the tongue of it, and threw it up on stage, and maybe when he thought it was his shoe, he would have stopped everything, and this would have caused the tragedy to not even happen in the first place. And now, since this absolute horrible thing has happened at Travis Scott's concert, there are many examples being posted online of other artists actually stopping shows to get people help and caring about their fans. And they're just basically saying this is what Travis Scott should have done. And yes, absolutely. He could have done literally anything, and it would have been better than what he actually done, because what he done was nothing. But naturally, after receiving well-deserved backlash, Travis Scott made an apology statement as well as an apology video, which was on his Instagram story, and he said that safety was his #1 priority, which no, it's not. We've proven that countless times in just this video. That's not his #1 priority at all. His #1 priority is getting through the concert and getting paid. He doesn't care about safety. But what pisses me off the most is that in the apology video on Instagram, he says anytime he can make out anything that's going on, he'll stop the show and get help they need. But I just talked about a minute ago how he watched a lifeless body be crowd surfed out of his show and said absolutely nothing. So clearly, this is just an attempt to make himself look better, and it honestly does feel really forced. He definitely just had his PR team tell him he needs to apologize to maybe soften the blowback a little bit, but this is just awful. I believe there was some other crazy stuff going on at the concert as well, like some B-plot stuff. Like the A-plot was all these people getting smothered and trampled, and then the B-plot was a security guard got stabbed in the neck with a needle and injected with some kind of drug or something, and he had to be revived with Narcan. So this was a full-on apocalyptic end-of-the-world scenario here going on at the Astroworld event. This was truly horrible all around. I'm honestly surprised God himself didn't make an appearance and straight up start smotting people because they weren't lit enough at the Astroworld event. One thing I forgot to add in when I was initially recording this is that after that guy's body was crowd surfed out, everyone was chanting, "Stop the show, stop the show, stop the show." But guess what? The show was not stopped. Travis Scott said the show must go on. This whole event was just awful though. It had to have been orchestrated by a 6-year-old, or Travis Scott just got really inspired by Squid Game and wanted to have his own death game going on during the concert called Survival of the Fittest. Try not to get trampled or smothered because it's not my job to help you if you get hurt. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about with this situation. I believe I covered everything I wanted to. I send my condolences to the families who lost someone in this tragedy, and I just hope Travis Scott is held liable at the end of the day and actually learns from his mistakes, which with his track record, he probably won't. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.